create this beautiful indigo shirt that you're wearing.
No, there's rotten tomatoes in this. Which part of this shirt? No, okay. So here's is that part of the dyeing process?
So you can make indigo using many methods, and it basically needs, like, the natural method for making indigo requires. So there's something called synthetic indigo, and there's something called natural indigo. Okay. So of course the difference you understand just by saying synthetic and natural.
Yeah, of
none
course.
of it is bad.
Yeah, I can.
None of it is bad.
I can totally see the difference.
None of it is bad, and both are used in natural dyeing practices. Okay, and again, there are ways of creating your indigo vat, which is the place where you dip your shirt in to make it blue. Okay. So the indigo vat can be made again using natural materials, and it can be made using store-bought, the chemical materials. That's another. So the vat can be natural or synthetic, and again, the indigo dye, the powder that you get, that can be natural or synthetic. Okay, so there's a difference between the two. And then, the process into this. So I keep exploring, places where people are, like dyers groups, and what people who actually are just dyeing even for commercial purposes. So I'm interested in exploring a lot of these things, and then I find ways to use this in my work. Right. So I went to this conference on indigo that happened in Calcutta a few years ago called Indigo Sutra. And people from all over the world who were working with indigo had landed up there.
That's amazing.
So, yeah. And when I entered the auditorium for the first day when I entered, and somebody was talking, and I was like, oh, maybe this is my tribe, because everybody was like in naturally dyed clothes, and everybody was talking about dyeing and dyes and cloth, and like there was really like this buzz which I loved. So so I attended that event for 3 days, and that's where, and they were also doing these workshops with artists from across the world, and I was very interested in this guy who owns a place called Sako Naku. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, from Thailand. He's from Thailand, and he's growing his own indigo, and he has like an organic farm, and he was doing this workshop, and I attended it, and he told us 2-3 different ways, to make indigo. So like one was with rotten tomatoes. So I was sorry, I think it off. I should have explained first that a natural indigo vat. Yeah, I was telling you about this guy who had come all the way from Thailand to teach us how to use, banana peels, rotten tomatoes.
Isn't there some Indian teacher out there who teaches the world? I don't mean that in like a hierarchical way. I mean that is there no Indian indigenous? I don't even want to use the word indigenous. Is there some local way of that is still being practiced, or is natural dyeing a dead process in the world of the Zaras and polyester, polymix?
No, natural dyeing is very much an alive process. It has been revived at a particular time in the history of dyeing. It has been, of course, it has had a revival, and it continues to have many revivals, which it should. So there are people, of course, in India and all over the world who are consciously using this practice and propagating it, having businesses around it. So we are also teaching the rest of the world how to use dyes. I'm just talking about this person because I attended his workshop, and similarly, there are other people, Indians, like I spoke about Ajit Kumar Das, right? He is an Indian, very much. And sorry, I'm off track.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
What am I supposed to say?
You're never off track. No, so